Wellesley, Wellesley, only to be here. After 10 long years, welcome home. Good morning. My name is Stephanie Hull from the Red Class of 1988, and I'm the interim president of the board of the Wellesley College Alumni Association. I will start, thank you. I will start by reading the Wellesley College Land Acknowledgement. We acknowledge that Wellesley College is built on ancestral and traditional land of the Massachusetts people. We also recognize that the United States removal, termination, and assimilation policies and practices resulted in the forced settlement of indigenous lands and the attempted erasure of indigenous cultures and languages. We further acknowledge the oppression, injustices, and discrimination that indigenous people have endured, and that there is much work to be done on the important journey to reconciliation. We commit to strengthen our understanding of the history and contemporary lives of indigenous peoples and to steward this land. We further recognize the many indigenous people living here today, including the Massachusetts, Wampanoag, and Nipmuc nations, who have rich ancestral histories in Wellesley and its surrounding communities. Today, their descendants remind us that they are still here, where they maintain a vital and visible presence. We honor and respect the enduring relationship between these peoples and this land, as well as the strength of indigenous culture and knowledge, the continued existence of tribal sovereignty, and the principle of tribal self-determination. On behalf of the Alumni Association and with enormous joy, welcome to your long-awaited reunion. There's no such thing as saying welcome home too many times when it comes to Wellesley, but this one feels especially meaningful. Welcome home. I hope this weekend is filled with new memories, quiet moments to marvel at the beauty of our campus, joyful reconnections with classmates and friends, and a renewed sense of connection to Wellesley. Speaking of connection, this is also time to reflect on ways Wellesley continues to evolve and grow together with her alums. 2 years ago, during the Alumni Association's annual meeting, the alumni participated in a significant moment in our history, the vote to ratify the merger of the WCA with the college. It was a decision shaped by years of conversation, care, and a shared commitment to Wellesley's future. Today, as we come together in person, we'll celebrate what continues to unite us, our alumni community, and hear from President Johnson on the incredible happenings here on campus as we close out the college's sesquicentennial celebrations. This weekend, almost 1,900 alumni have returned to campus. You hail from 47 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and 26 countries. Along with alumni celebrating milestone 10th, 25th, and 50th reunions, 7 members from the class of 1951 are here celebrating their 75th. And of course, I want to extend a special welcome to the 188 members of the class of 2021 who are here for their 5th reunion. Since 1880, when 59 women gathered in the drawing room of College Hall to form the Alumni Association, we've worked to fulfill the mission of the association. Today, 146 years later, our mission remains simple and relevant: to support the institutional priorities of Wellesley College by connecting alumni to the college and to one another. Since 1880, so much has changed, yet something fundamental remains. Together, we celebrate our unique and very special alma mater. We still celebrate Wellesley's leadership role in the world, and we still celebrate you, Wellesley's global network of alumni. Together, we are Wellesley in the world, and this world needs as much Wellesley as it can get. I want to thank the board of the Alumni Association for all they do to engage each of you with our alma mater. I ask all of our current WCA board members to stand together and be recognized. Thank you for all you do on behalf of Wellesley. As you know, Reunion Weekend only happens because of the collaboration of many volunteers and staff, so I'd like to recognize several groups of contributors and ask you to please hold your applause. Please stand if you chaired or served on your class reunion committee. If you served in a class leadership role in the past 10 years, and if you are a newly elected class leader serving for the next 5 years. Thank you. And I know you'll join me in thanking the Alumni Association staff who managed the planning of this amazing reunion weekend. They are an incredible small team doing amazing work year after year. Thank you. I would also like to thank the Development Office and Communications and Public Affairs staff who play an integral role at Reunion, the many student workers who are helping us this weekend, and literally every division of the college, facilities, the faculty, technology services, campus safety, and food services, to name but a few. Reunion would not be possible. Reunion would not be possible without everyone on campus pitching in as they do, and the Alumni Association is grateful for your efforts, as are the Reunion attendees. Finally, a heartfelt thanks to each of you who came from near and far to celebrate Wellesley together. At this time, I'd like to recognize some especially dedicated alumni, so please stand and remain standing so we may salute you as well, and again, please hold your applause. All current and former college trustees emeriti, past Alumni Association board members, Alumni Achievement Award recipients, Sed Ministrare Award recipients, and Serena Stackpole Award recipients. Thank you all for your service to Wellesley. And thank you for how well you've represented Wellesley throughout the years. On behalf of the Alumni Association Board, it gives me great pleasure to present the Alumna Trustee for the 2026 to 2032 term, Jennifer Gilchrist, class of 2000. Congratulations, Jennifer, on your appointment to the Board of Trustees. And now I would like to invite the Assistant Vice President of Alumni Relations and Global Engagement, Erin Corcoran, class of 2013, to the podium to present the nomination of the honorary members of the Alumni Association. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie, and good morning, all. I am thrilled to be in my second year in this role here on campus, after many years volunteering for Wellesley with the Washington, D.C. Alum Club and with my class, the Green Class of 2013. I echo Stephanie in thanking all of the volunteers who support our alum groups around the world and who helped make Reunion possible for everyone here today. This is our favorite weekend on campus, and we're especially excited to welcome you all back after 10 years. I also want to emphasize Stephanie's acknowledgement of the WCAA staff, as well as our many colleagues across campus. I am privileged every day to work with this incredible team, and I'm so proud of all that they have done to get us to this weekend. I will now take the opportunity to present some special awards and recognitions, beginning with some retiring faculty and staff who have left such a mark on the alumni community that we'd like to welcome them as honorary members of the Alumni Association. We are pleased to present Piper Orton as an honorary member of the Alumni Association for extraordinary service to Wellesley. Piper has been with the college for 10 years and retires this month. Piper has been instrumental in putting the college on the path of financial sustainability and ensuring that Wellesley's excellence will be available to future generations of students. She has steered the college through the construction of the new science complex, the multi-year plan to renovate the residence halls, and much-needed capital improvements to academic and administrative buildings, such as the recent renovation of Clapp Library. She has been an amazing partner to the Alumni Association, and we will miss working with her on our financial planning and contracting, especially during reunion season. Piper is with us here today. Piper, can you please join me on stage?
I'll
I'll now go to our next honoree. Congratulations, Piper. We are now pleased to present Anne Valentric as an honorary member of the Alumni Association for extraordinary service to Wellesley. A renowned economist and writer, Anne has taught at Wellesley since 1989. She won the Pinansky Prize for Teaching Excellence in 2006, and she has served as the chair of the Economics Department, director of the International Relations Program, director of first-year academic programs, including the Writing Program, the first-year seminar program, and Wellesley Plus, and as a dean of academic affairs in the Provost's office from 2015 to 2020. As a devoted professor in the first-year writing seminar program, Anne is often one of the first faculty members that first-year students get to know, and one of the ones that alums choose to stay in touch with long after they graduate. Each spring semester, as part of her first-year writing seminar, Having It All, The Problem of Women and Work, she has connected current students with dozens of Wellesley alums to discuss what it's like to be a working woman in the world. Plus, she will always take on any volunteer role we ask of her with good humor, such as hosting Wellesley Trivia at the college's 150th anniversary celebration back in October. For all of this and more, we are so grateful to have had Anne be part of the Wellesley community. Anne is not with us here today, but we are thrilled to welcome her as an honorary member. I will now present the Sed Ministrare Volunteer Awards, followed by the Serena Stackpole Award. The Alumni Association created the Sed Ministrare Award in 2014 to recognize dedicated volunteer service to Wellesley College. The recipients have embodied the motto, Non Ministrari Sed Ministrare. I'd like to thank Brianna Caeros, class of 2012, for chairing the Sed Ministrare Committee. This year, we recognize 3 alums with the Sed Ministrare Volunteer Award. The nominations came from alumni who have watched them, worked with them, and have been inspired by them. All 3 of our recipients are here today, celebrating their reunions, and please hold your applause until the end of the 3 citations. Our first recipient is Connie Ryan Roby from the class of 1981. Connie has been a longtime volunteer and devotee of the college, currently serving as the class of 1981 president. She has also been a leader for Friends of Art and on the board of the Washington Wellesley Club. In particular, Connie has done much for DC alums to foster shared identity and interest groups and make sure their great programming and opportunities are shared with the greater DC alumni base. Her love for Wellesley and breadth of devotion to Wellesley is evident across this service, and she's also just a wonderful person to know. I first met Connie when I was a rising junior at Wellesley, and she helped make sure that my summer internship in DC was possible, which led to my first career working in the federal government in DC. I can share from firsthand experience that Connie is a devoted alum to her fellow alums and to the next generations of Wellesley. Congratulations, Connie. Our second recipient is Rachel Lefkowitz from the class of 1986. Rachel is a dedicated volunteer leader who guides with quiet determination and intentionality. She works closely with the other volunteer leaders in the Western Maine Wellesley Club board, providing thoughtful direction, working hard to make sure that the club is always inclusive and organizing activities that are of local interest. Everything from a roller derby night to a canning session to a goat hike. She has previously been a volunteer with the Northern California Club as their community service coordinator. Plus, Rachel is a Hive mentor supporting and advising younger alums. She has also acted as a trusted partner with the WCAA staff and is always honest and collaborative in helping us to improve. We are so grateful for Rachel's leadership and support of the Alumni Association and our mission to connect alums to each other and to the college. Congratulations, Rachel. Can I give you a hug? Thank you, Rachel. Congratulations.
Thank you.
To see you this way. Our third recipient is Rachel Gould from the class of 2001. Rachel is a dedicated volunteer leader who approaches her service with great dedication. As class president, she creates welcoming, inclusive, and engaging email messages, including the monthly 01 on the One. She does a great job of keeping her classmates connected to each other and to Wellesley. She's also an engaged member of the Europe, Middle East, and Africa Wellesley alumni community and of the Wellesley Jewish alumni group. She's served in a number of volunteer roles, including class annual fund rep, class Durant committee chair, with the Office of Admission, and with her class reunion committee more than once. Rachel is a huge advocate for Wellesley and building alum communities, and we are so grateful for her service. Congratulations, Rachel. Before I move on to our next award, and in the spirit of non ministrari sed ministrare, I want to take a moment to thank all of our alums, students, and community members who participated in our sed ministrare service challenge in commemoration of the college's 150th anniversary. Together, we logged more than 35,000 hours of service this year, which I know is only a drop in the bucket of all the amazing service our alums do out in the world. Now, give me a moment. I will now present the 1891 Reunion Attendance Cup to the class with the highest percentage attending reunion. In 1916, the class of 1891 first presented this cup to the class of 1915 to congratulate them for having the highest percentage of their class return for reunion. Every year since then, we have recognized the class with the highest reunion attendance, and their class year has been engraved on the cup. This year, this year's cup goes to, I'm pausing for effect, the 25th reunion class, the class of 2001. The 25th reunion class had 37% of their class return to campus for reunion this year. Would the reunion chairs, Teresa Tribble and Sarah Roan, please stand? We are grateful for the work you did to help your class prepare for reunion, and at the end of today's program, I will join you at the front of the auditorium for photos with the cup. But we'll cheer you from here, and we'll do that afterwards. Okay, and now I am pleased to move to the Serena Stackpole Award. The Serena Stackpole Award was established in 1982 to honor one of our most devoted and legendary alumni. A member of the class of 1909, Serena demonstrated her devotion to Wellesley by attending reunion in 63 consecutive years. Every year, we present the Serena Stackpole Award to celebrate her example of a lifetime of loyalty and devotion to Wellesley College. The recipients are great friends of the college and have truly made a difference. This year, we will recognize two recipients, neither of whom has been notified about this honor. Both recipients are campus legends who have given so much to the college through their devotion to their fellow alums and to future generations. The first recipient is a member of the class of 1966, and she majored in English. She earned an MBA at the Columbia Business School and has spent her career as a pioneer in the financial world. She has been a dedicated Wellesley volunteer for decades, serving as a trustee emerita, as an effective campaign executive committee member for several Wellesley campaigns, as a member of the Business Leadership Council, as a Durant committee member for her class, and so much more. Her years of experience on nonprofit boards, as well as her decades in investment management, have played a key role in her leadership roles at the college. She's also a leading philanthropist who is passionate about art, gardening, and vintage race cars. She attributes much of her success in the male-dominated investing world to her Wellesley education. She told the Alum magazine in 2022 that at Wellesley she learned early on that to aim high, you have to have an inner drive to get there. She has lifted up generations of women in finance, art, and science as she shares Wellesley's mission of transforming women's lives through education. She is also the proud aunt to 4 nieces and grandnieces who have attended Wellesley. As the college's most generous living donor, because of her visionary philanthropy, Wellesley has a beloved and buzzing campus center and the best-in-class career education center that benefits students and alumni. A 2022 recipient of the Alumni Achievement Award, she has been a thought partner to many Wellesley presidents on critical college priorities. This alumna has given so much of herself and her experience to Wellesley, and she truly answers Wellesley's every call. She has solidified the college as a treasured place for family, friends, and fellow alumni. She's a beloved and respected leader for our alumni community and friend to many in the class of 1966. Lulu Chow Wong, would you please join me on stage? Thank you, everyone. I'm not sure if she is here right at this moment, so we will recognize her as soon as we have her here. Yeah. She was very popular in the Lulu Campus Center yesterday with students and getting asked for so many photos, so I imagine this might have happened to her again, but we'll try to catch her as soon as we can. The second recipient of the Serena Stackpole Award is also a member of the class of 1966, and she also majored in English at Wellesley. She went on to get a master's in journalism and a PhD in health policy from Boston University, going on to teach at the Harvard School of Public Health and chair the Department of Health and Social Behavior. This alumna has been involved with the college in many volunteer roles, as both a member and the chair of the Center for Research on Women's Board, a member of the Stone Center Board, the Friends of the Library, the Friends of the Botanic Gardens, and many development committees. With this alumna's fundraising leadership, between 1993 and 2007, the college raised more than $700 million, quadrupled its endowment to over $1.6 billion, and saw applications rise by 42%. This alumna has always championed interdisciplinary collaboration, using her skills as both a journalist and a poet, and a public health researcher to create programs studying both society and health. She brings her interdisciplinary mindset to her current roles on the governing board of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and as a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and the Council on the Uncertain Human Future at Clark University. She also guided the college to revise its curriculum to emphasize interdisciplinary learning, global education, internships, and service. Thanks to her leadership, new majors were introduced in fields including environmental studies, neuroscience, cinema and media studies, astrophysics, and quantitative reasoning. And new language programs in Japanese, Arabic, and Korean were launched. Beyond her visionary leadership, her own extraordinary and impactful philanthropy has profoundly strengthened the college across numerous priorities, from ensuring access through financial aid to bolstering the Hillary Rodham Clinton Center and the Albright Institute for Global Affairs, leaving an indelible mark on nearly every corner of our campus. This alumna has done so much for the college that in addition to receiving an Alumni Achievement Award in 2008, she had this very building named in her honor, as the college would not be the same without her serving in her most famous role as the 12th president and president emerita of Wellesley College. Diana Chapman Walsh, will you please join me on stage? Joel will be right there.
There we go.
congratulations again, Lulu and Diana. Now I'd like to introduce Marissa Jaffe, class of 1995 and Vice President of Development. Marissa will present the class financial reunion gifts.
Thank you, Erin, and good morning, fellow alumni. It is an honor to be with you and with President Johnson and Stephanie, thank you. It's meaningful to be in the company of the college's 11th and 12th presidents who are celebrating reunion, Nan Cohan and Diana Chapman Walsh, who made and this word was just used, but who made an indelible impact on my time as a Wellesley student. Their example continues to inspire us. Thank you. As we recognize alumni support of the college, I want to start by expressing my sincere gratitude to our Wellesley Fund volunteers. Every conversation you've had with your classmates, each email, text, phone call, letter that you've sent has made an important difference for our students. A special thank you to Melody Powell, class of 2011, and the chair of the Wellesley Fund for her dedication. Melody is here all the way from Paris to celebrate her 15th reunion. Melody has been a representative for her class since 2020 and chair of the Wellesley Fund since 2023. We want to thank Melody for your years of service to the college. The Wellesley Fund goal for fiscal year 2026 is $12.5 million, and it's exciting to share that we've raised $11.8 million so far. Thank you to all of you who have made your gift this year. With 38 days remaining, we have approximately $700,000 left to raise. If you haven't made your Wellesley Fund gift already, I hope you'll consider doing so before our fiscal year ends on June 30. The Wellesley Fund goes to work immediately towards the college's top priorities: financial aid, faculty and student support, our beloved campus. This is one of the most powerful gifts an alumna can give. It's now my great pleasure to report the 2026 reunion giving totals on behalf of all reunion classes. And I want to give a special thanks to the development team who toiled into the wee hours of the night to crunch these numbers. Over the past 5 years, the classes gathered here today have given more than $68 million to Wellesley. And congratulations to the class of 1966, who not only raised the most for Wellesley, with more than $30 million in 5 years, but also beat the 60th reunion record for total giving since their last reunion. It's my privilege to award the 27th Annual Participation Cup to the reunion class with the highest rate of donor participation as of this morning's meeting. The cup is a permanent trophy presented annually with the name of each winning class inscribed on a plaque. The winner of the Participation Cup is the 50th reunion class of 1976. With a participation rate of 56%. Would Camille Rankin, the Wellesley Fund class representative, please join us on stage for the presentation of the cup? But wait, there's more. We're also pleased to present the 5th annual Wellesley Fund Cup. This cup is awarded to the reunion class that achieves the largest increase in Wellesley Fund dollars since last reunion. The winner of the Wellesley Fund Cup, with an 84% increase in Wellesley Fund dollars since reunion 2021, is also the class of 1976. Behind every dollar raised is an alumna who chose to invest in Wellesley, in the students who walk these paths today, and in the students who are still to come. None of this would be possible without your loyalty, your generosity, and your enduring belief in our mission. Thank you. It's now my great honor to introduce the woman who needs no introduction, Wellesley's 14th president, Dr. Paula A. Johnson.
Thank you, Marissa, and thank you for your leadership at Wellesley, and congratulations to all of the reunion classes, and congratulations, and thank you for your amazing fundraising efforts. So welcome back, everyone, and a very special welcome to former Presidents Nan Cohane, 61, and Diana Chapman Walsh, 66. We can't say thank you enough. Thank you for your leadership and your service. So I'm so glad that so many alumni could return to help us close out our sesquicentennial year, particularly that you missed your last reunion on campus. So as you reconnect and... I didn't do it. I promise. If I could have, I would have. As you reconnect and reminisce, campus is filled with a joy only Wellesley alumni can bring, and it's such a privilege to be part of that. Today, it's my pleasure to share an update from campus. Last Friday, I had the privilege of sending the Purple Class of 2026 out into the world. Our senior speaker, Elise Wilson, spoke about a word from her Ghanaian heritage, Abuswa, which means clan. And she said, reminds us that we belong to something. I am because we are. She tied this idea to her message to her fellow graduates. Take risks, grow boldly, and lift up others so that we can all flourish together. This year's commencement speaker was Dr. Ruth Simmons. Many of you know her as the first Black president of Smith College. She later earned the same distinction at an Ivy League university, Brown, amongst many other firsts. What is less known is that she spent her junior year here living on campus and taking classes. In her rousing speech about the power of education, she shared how her Wellesley experience changed the trajectory of her life, how she formed friendships with women from very different backgrounds and learned the importance of being challenged by ideas that ran counter to hers. In fact, in her memoir, Up Home, she writes about how she developed a greater confidence in her abilities and that without her experience here, she might never have become the president of Smith College. As we say goodbye to the class of 2026, we are already eagerly awaiting and anticipating the class of 2030. I know, amazing. I'm happy to report that this year the college received more than 8,100 applicants. The admit rate was 14%, which continues to be the most selective in the college's history. And those admitted to the class of 2030 at this point represent 43 states in the District of Columbia, Guam, and Puerto Rico, 30 countries outside of the United States. 20% will be first in their families to attend college. 23% are Pell eligible, and 53% of admitted students speak another language in addition to English in their homes. Our truly outstanding admissions and student financial services teams are hard at work finalizing the class, and I can't wait to welcome them. We've been working diligently to ensure our beautiful campus and historic buildings are places to not just live and learn in, but to thrive in. With Clapp Library's major renovation now complete, we've significantly enhanced accessibility and organization and added a humanities hub, a maker space, and a long-awaited cafe on the first floor. For those of you who remember Schneider, we now have food in the neighborhood. While we might not have that favorite Schneider special, we do have grilled cheese and a lot of other things, and really good coffee. And it's run by our students through 2 co-COOs, which is very remarkable. The new Vivian A. Cow 04 Health and Counseling Center brings 2 vital services together at Wellesley for the very first time. And work on Claflin and Tower residence halls has improved the quality of our students' living experience throughout. And I know those of you reuniting and Tower have appreciated the upgrades. I do want to just ask you to take a look at the new entrance. I was talking to a few alums yesterday, and they didn't even realize that there was a new entrance, which is, I think, a testament to our desire to keep Tower in its most, to honor its beauty, its history, and its architecture. On the horizon, we've begun planning for the dynamic crossroads for the arts at Wellesley that will include the historic Jewett Arts Center, undergoing careful restoration and reimagination in ways that will better connect it to the Davis Museum and to the more recently renovated Pendleton West. This is a critical priority for Wellesley, to elevate creative expression and articulate a bold vision to sustain and enhance Wellesley's strength in these disciplines as an essential part of a strong liberal arts education. We're also innovating in the curricular and co-curricular spaces that enhance our students' ability to both listen and talk across difference in a world of increasing division and technological dispersion. Our faculty-led pluralism initiative brings people with diverse viewpoints to campus and an engaged group of students in a year of long exploration of the topic of Israel and Palestine. And the work of the Hillary Rodham Clinton Center for Citizenship, Leadership, and Democracy continues. 120 sophomores participated in the Clinton Fellows Program this year, and we hosted the center's 2nd annual summit on how to find common purpose. In the area of artificial intelligence, this year, Career Education launched a popular co-curricular program to ensure that students have the necessary skills in AI to join the workforce, among other initiatives. We are hoping to expand this to all students. Another of our priorities has been tracking and understanding how our graduates fare once they leave campus. So in honor of Wellesley's 150th anniversary, we joined forces with an analytics firm to learn more. Here's what we found. And I just want to add, we always talk about Wellesley alumni breaking barriers and really doing phenomenal things. We need the data, so here it is. Wellesley graduates enter fields where women are traditionally underrepresented, doing so in greater numbers than those from other institutions. And thanks to the investments we've made in STEM, Wellesley's graduates go on to earn doctorates in science and engineering at higher rates than the women graduates of any other liberal arts college in the country. Our study found that Wellesley graduates succeed and lead more often than the alumni of other women's colleges and of other highly selective co-ed liberal arts institutions. Within 15 years of graduating, over 40% of our alumni have ascended into management roles. The most common titles are CEO, President, and Executive Director. They are more likely to be employed at Fortune 500 companies and to serve in government roles and on boards. Our study also confirms that the liberal arts education that Wellesley offers allows our graduates to go anywhere. So I love this next data point. Wellesley graduates who have reached the executive level were just as likely to have majored in the humanities as in the social sciences or STEM. These outcomes would not be possible without, of course, our brilliant students and brilliant faculty, but really without the Lulu Chow Wong Class of '66 Center for Career Education. A student-led project, I also want to close by looking back at our sesquicentennial year, a year truly befitting Wellesley's radical founding ideals and its legacy of impact. Together, we celebrated 150 years of educating Wellesley students who make a difference in the world, with events from Hong Kong, New York City, on-campus gatherings like last year's Friends and Family Weekend with more than 2,000 in attendance, and events sponsored by alumni clubs across the country and around the world. We reinvigorated and renewed traditions with record numbers of students participating in activities like hoop rolling and step singing. And something new caught on in a very big way. We created a series of 150th anniversary keepsake enamel pins that highlight the college's history and traditions, like the one that's in the shape of the iconic lamppost. These pins have really become the hottest item on campus for our students. Our 150th Community Fund projects have also encouraged students and faculty to dig deep into our archives with inspiring results. A graphic novel investigated the origins and evolution of the college's cultural houses, and a digital timeline showcased the history of LGBTQ life at Wellesley. A student-led project brought many Wellesley visionaries to life through stunning portraits installed near the buildings that bear their names. And of course, we revived the Visiting Faculty Speaker Program, bringing leading faculty to in-person alumni events around the world. More visits are coming in the year ahead. We also began planning for a new and powerful archive to help us tell the story of a Wellesley education through the impact of our alumni. It's so important that we own our own story. And throughout the year, we did just that. We showed that with data and storytelling, how the liberal arts prepares students to contribute to society. We promoted all measures of diversity as critical to Wellesley's excellence and ability to contribute to democracy. We honored our foundational promise of access by making attendance tuition-free for families earning under $150,000. We supported our international students and scholars in a very tumultuous time. And we proved that higher education for women and for all is about leading change in the world, something Wellesley alumni do every single day. And we aren't stopping, not by a long shot. especially at a time when women's education is under threat. Take the most recent example from the current administration. The U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights recently announced it had opened a Title IX investigation into Smith College for its admissions policies. Here's what you need to know about this. First, we've reminded our students that everyone admitted to the college belongs here. This is true for every alum as well. And second, we remain as committed as ever to our mission and believe that our policies are absolutely consistent with civil rights law. So before I close, I want to share a touching anecdote about connection and community from our most recent 150th event held at Lincoln Center. During the event, one of the speakers, Mfiniso Udafia, class of '06, an influential playwright, shared this story. Yes, she's amazing. Shared this story. After a performance of one of her early plays, two alumni, both the class of 1959, excitedly approached her saying, "We are Wellesley and we have found you." Since then, they have attended Mfiniso's performances no matter what city they're in. That encounter led to a full circle moment this spring when more than 350 alumni and members of our campus community saw Mfiniso's play Lifted right in this auditorium. Mfiniso's message to fellow alumni is simple. Be champions and provide soft places to land that can help one another grow forward. This is such a Wellesley story. So as I look back, here's what I know. This year, we powerfully reaffirmed that Wellesley is more than an institution. It is a profound source of connection and inspiration that lasts a lifetime. As we look toward the next 150 years, we do so knowing that now and ever, our bond is our greatest strength. So I want to conclude by thanking all of you across the classes from near and far. Your work as mentors, connectors, and employers help our students to succeed. As philanthropic supporters and ambassadors, you enable us to have real and meaningful impact in the world. A special thanks to the WCAA staff and class volunteer leaders who have worked so hard to plan this reunion weekend, and to all those who have made class fundraising efforts so impressive. And to the interim WCAA president, Stephanie Hull, class of '88, and to all of the WCAA board of directors here with us for their service. And a big congratulations to our Sed Ministeri Volunteer Award winners, Rachel Gould, '01, Connie Rind-Roby, '81, and Rachel Lefkowitz, '86. And the Serena Stackpole Award winners, Lulu Chow Wong, class of '66, and Diana Chapman Walsh, class of '66. Your service and your selflessness are inspiring. Congratulations. Finally, my thanks cannot be complete without acknowledging again the phenomenal WCAA staff, brilliantly led by Erin Corcoran, class of '13, Assistant Vice President for Alumni Relations and Global Engagement. With that, I want to once again express my deep gratitude to all of you, here or watching online, for playing such an important part in this remarkable community, for preserving its traditions, for advancing its excellence, and for carrying its spirit forward. I look forward to seeing you in all of your places and spaces for the rest of the weekend. Enjoy every single second of the reunion, and thank you.
Thank you, President Johnson, for your vision, leadership, and partnership. And thank you to all of you for joining us today for these updates and awards. I want to take a moment to provide a preview of our next big event in October, the Alumni Achievement Awards. Each year, the Alumni Association recognizes outstanding professional accomplishments with the highest honor Wellesley bestows. The portraits of past awardees line the upper and lower hallways of this building, and these women provide inspiration to our students and are a source of pride for us all. This fall, we will celebrate the 3 recipients for 2026, 2 of whom are here today celebrating their reunion. Congratulations to Jane Mansbridge, class of 61, Alicia DeCordreau, class of 1976, and Alicia Jall, class of 78. We look forward to honoring these alumni in October, and I invite you all to join us for the ceremony in person or online. I will now close the college update by leading us in singing the Alma Mater, and following this event, shuttle buses will be queued outside to take you to your lunch locations, except for the classes of 1951, 56, 61, and 66, who will eat downstairs. Enjoy the afternoon and the rest of reunion. And we should have the words for Alma Mater on the screen. I'm going to start it a little bit lower than the normal song, but I think you'll appreciate it. To Alma Mater, Wellesley's daughters, all together join and sing. Through all her wealth of wood and waters, let your happy voices ring. In every changing mood we love her towers and woods and lake. Oh, changeful sky and blue above her, wake ye birds, your chorus wake. We'll sing her praises now and ever, blessed fount of truth and love. Our heart's devotion, may it never faithless or unworthy prove. We'll give our lives and hopes to serve her, humblest, highest, noblest all. A stainless name we will preserve her, answer to her every call. Thank you all.